You ain't using your wireless? Oh, there it is. Okay, I was about to say, yo, what is going on? It ain't Monday, it's Wednesday, but we here. We somehow here on a Wednesday. Holy
Well,
life be busy, boy. I'm
does it?
Rob,
And I'm Connor.
and yeah, sorry that we're getting to y'all on Wednesday compared to Mondays. I had something come up Monday with the girl that I'm seeing. Can't really say the girlfriend title, just in case she comes across this and she sees this. But yeah, had to go down and see her after she was out of town for about a week. But man, we here, man. Breaking news of the day, I think, was what Damian Lillard being traded to the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That was and you know what's funny too is I saw something yesterday. I forget where I was yesterday, but I saw it. I think I think it might have been the restaurant with Reagan. Like after no, that's where it was. It was at the Epicenter during her volleyball practice, and they had ESPN on, and it said the Raptors are the front runner. Damn, can't talk for Lillard, and then boom, out of nowhere, the Bucks get him.
Yeah, I did
That's
see that. I saw the Raptors were like trying to go all in on them.
I mean, getting Dame. That's that's got to make Milwaukee. Yeah, I would honestly say the favorite to win the title this year, obviously barring any type of injuries. But I mean, Giannis and Dame. Come on now, that's a solid duo right
Yeah,
there.
they've already won a finals championship without Dame. So I mean, obviously now with Dame, that's going to put them back in the question. I mean, they're going to be probably top three favorites to start the season for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and Middleton's getting old, but Middleton's still solid. And then Brooke
Middleton
Lopez.
comes alive in the playoffs. If you go look at the games he had when they won the
Mhm.
championship, it's like Jamal Murray this past year when the Nuggets won the championship. During the regular season, they're like you said, they're solid players, but in the playoffs, dude, Middleton comes alive, bro. And
Yep.
it's just like that all the time, especially that year that they won the finals.
Yep. Yep. And Brooke Lopez down low, isn't all that bad. I
No,
mean,
great
he's just been a
scoring center.
steady cog down low for them, so they got a solid chance right now. I like
Yeah,
them. I like them to win it. If I was like a Miami Heat fan, if I was a Boston Celtics fan, I'd be pissed about this trade. Good luck.
yeah,
Good luck getting through
yeah.
Milwaukee. Milwaukee
Well,
may
on
not
the
win
other
it, but
hand,
they
though,
they win the East.
dude, I mean, hopefully everything works out with Lillard and Antetokounmpo because you've seen it with the Lakers. You put a bunch of stars on teams. You've seen it with the Oklahoma City Thunder with Russ and Durant. Sometimes it doesn't work out. I mean, Lillard likes to be the highlight reel on the team. Now, granted, he's being on Portland, he really had no choice because there was nobody else that could really, put up plays like he does. Now he's got Antetokounmpo who could do that, but I think that definitely takes a little bit of a burden off Giannis for sure too. So definitely curious to see how it goes for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of the times it doesn't work out when you stack too many superstars, but it worked out for the
Hmm.
Warriors with Clay, Steph, and KD. But
Yeah,
I mean, that's about the only time it's worked out. But I mean, Lillard, look, Giannis and Lillard could mesh well, I think. And then
yeah,
outside of that, they really don't have any like big popping names, like eye popping names. Maybe Middleton, like you said, more so the playoffs, you know, come playoff time. But other than that, I mean, I don't know. I think it's going to work. And like I said, they're by far the favorites in the East. But of course, you still got the Warriors, you still got the Nuggets
yeah.
over in the West. So And I do think the Lakers are going to come back and make some noise this year. I really do. It's not going to be easy to get through them, but Anthony, it's about time Anthony Davis gives us a full season and isn't so fragile anymore.
Well, he was just very, very inconsistent in the playoffs. One game he would shut down Jokic, another game he wouldn't. So it's when you're going up against a guy like that, you have to do everything you can to be consistent. I know it's easier said than done because Jokic is easily the best center in the league. But I mean, you really got to lock in, bro. You can't be having a good game one game and then a bad game the next. Like, and most of the time it wasn't like one off, one on. He would have a bad game, or he would have a good game, then have like two bad games, then a good game, then another two bad games. It's like you can't do that with Jokic.
No. And that's the thing too with AD. If you're gonna win a ring, if you're gonna be part of the best, you got to guard the best. Okay, like
exactly,
it's time to step up or shut up. So
it's like my boy said in Never Back Down. You want to be the best, take out the best.
Yep. So I mean, I know Laker fans are getting annoyed too. Like, yo, you bring in AD, you bring in LeBron, who they had Russ at one point, and they can't go nowhere. They can't go nowhere. They shocked last year as a 7 seed, but then they ran into the Nuggets.
I think a lot of that had to do with that boy Austin Reeves. That boy is nice.
I know. I don't know where he came from.
He's nice, bro. I think him and LeBron have a good relationship, and I think they mesh well. I think they have great chemistry on the court, and I think that's what helped them, get through. Because there were some games where he was balling, bro, picking up the slack from Bron or whoever else was slacking. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, they just couldn't stop the Nuggets hot streak, like you said earlier. Jamal Murray coming alive, Jokic being the best.
Jamal Murray was insane in the playoffs, bro. He was going Steph Curry mode. Like that dude was just splashing shit. And it's funny. I bring up Steph Curry because I love the way you talk about Steph Curry because you're like, dog, dude just chucks it up, bro. Like,
dog, I swear to God, he does. I swear to God, Steph just chucks his shit up, and he be putting prayers into that. Please go in. It's so annoying. It's like, look,
bro,
I'm not
chugging it up, dude.
I'm not saying he's not a good player, okay? And I'm not saying any of that, but I'm telling you now. If you watch the 3-pointers that this mother effer chucks up, I swear to God, they're prayers. That's all they are.
Bro,
that's all they are.
And then God directly when he's shooting that.
And the fact that they just hit nothing but net too, I'm like, bro. I mean, this man, shot clock winding down and stuff, and he just and it goes in. I'm like, bro.
That's what I'm saying. If you watch Jamal Murray's tape in the playoffs, especially the finals series, he was doing the same thing. He was just, okay.
Yeah. How's it feel, Steph? How's it feel to have some prayers go in?
Yeah, exactly, bro. You just chucking it up. It's so funny hearing you talk about him.
That's all Steph does. I swear to God. It's just, I'm telling you, I'd like to see him in practice. I want to see, does he just fucking run from different spots
see him
on the court?
In pre-games, he does that. When he's done with pregame, he'll shoot one from the damn tunnel, and he splashes that shit.
I don't get it,
like, bro.
I don't get it, bro. And then when it happens against my team, like you said, you've been on the phone with me, or you've been on FaceTime or whatever, and it's just annoying, bro. It's annoying. Like I said, I know he's a good player.
There's no way you're splashing that much shit, just chucking it, bro.
No. and you even see his facial expression. So.
Yeah,
because he don't even expect this to go in, but it does.
Yeah. He's like, oh, well, hey, whatever. Like, no, you don't know that's going in.
Yeah,
that boy can just do this right here and go in.
Oh yeah, that boy got the most luck in the league. That's one thing I do know. Steph, ain't nobody got more luck in the league than Steph. Promise. Steph and Luck Curry right there, dog.
Yeah, I just want to know, does he practice stuff like that though? Like,
that's
does he practice just dribbling? All right, let me chuck it up real quick to see if it goes in.
I can't wait till that man retires. just so I don't have to watch these ridiculous ass shots get wet no more, and especially against the
Yeah.
Kings. Like it's like as bad as that is to say. Obviously, for people that don't know, I'm a Kings fan because I was born in the Sacramento area. But when it's against the Kings, I'm like, bro, like come on, man. These shots this guy's making just it's unreal.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
It's like that boy. It's like that boy
Crazy.
from Along Came Polly. Raindrops. That's
Yeah. Straight up. Make it rain.
yeah. That's what Steph does. Except his goes in.
That is funny, bro. I'm telling you, this the way you talk about Steph chucking up shots. It's hilarious, bro.
That's
You
what I'm
get
saying.
so
Like
annoyed with
I,
it too.
we need to, like sometime this year, like when the Warriors have like a primetime game on ESPN or ABC, we need to do a live and just like watch. Like I'm telling you, I've always been told I'm hilarious watching games with facial
Yeah.
expressions, my shout outs, all that stuff. Because it's just I just react naturally like to how I fucking feel inside. But Jesus, man, it's just like I'm glad we didn't go live on Monday because I was getting pissed. Now, for anybody that watched our recorded one, switching gears over to football real fast. Anybody that watched our recorded podcast the other day that we posted up on I think it was Friday if we posted it or Saturday, but I called Cade Otton a sleeper. And this look here now, I'm gonna go off on one of my rants here real fast. So
Well, before you do that, I'm gonna chirp in and just say I dropped, I want to say Hunter Henry and put Cade Otton in one of my lineups, and I know Hunter Henry's been doing good, but I put Hunter Henry in one of my Cade Otton in one of my lineups, and then I also took Prize Pick Cade Otton over 25.5 yards because that seemed too easy, bro. So, but you can go ahead now and start your rant because I'm sure you're probably gonna go on the same rant that I would go on. So,
yeah, so okay, here we go. I called Cade Otton a sleeper, right? Because they're facing the Eagles. All right. Now here's the thing. We pay these damn coaches, offensive coordinators, whatever, DCs, I don't care. We pay these clowns millions of dollars to coach and to watch film and lock in. And I swear to God, the only one that takes notes is Bill Belichick. Okay. Here we got Todd Bowles, who I think, and I'm trying to take my hatred out of it, okay, because we know I can't stand the Buccaneers, okay?
yeah.
But we got Todd Bowles here. Bruh, have you not looked and seen, or whoever their OC is? I don't even know who the hell their OC is. Okay, I need to go look this up real fast because I need to call this man out too. Give me 1 second here before I start this rant. Isn't the guy's name like, or no, I think I'm thinking of Pittsburgh's offensive coordinator. Hold on, I'm loading it right now.
I'm not sure who their OC is either.
Offensive coordinator Dave Canales. I don't even know who that is. So, anyways, Todd Bowles, Dave Canales, whatever. Okay, I don't understand, bro. This is the shit that gets under my skin about NFL and fantasy football. You're making millions. Do you not just take it upon yourself for fucking 4 hours one night and just be like, where does this defense just lack? I'm a fucking couch coach. I just play fantasy football. Yeah. But if I see against the Philadelphia Eagles, okay, in week 1, Hunter Henry gets 6 targets, 5 catches for 56 yards and a touchdown. Then the next week, TJ Hawkinson catches or has 8 targets, goes 7 for 66 and 2 touchdowns. Okay, I'm going to go up to my tight end. In this instance, it's Cade Otton. And I'm be like, look, man, you about to be involved heavily in the game plan, okay? Because Philadelphia fucking sucks against tight ends. They suck. Yeah. You've given up 3 touchdowns in 2 games, 12 catches for 122 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's not even mentioning Mike Gesicki for the Patriots in week 1 also had 3 for 36, and the backup to Hawkinson had 2 for 13. I'm just going off the starters here. So
Hawkinson had 2 touchdowns that game, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you see what the Eagles give up to tight ends. Now, look, I understand too. The Bucks have Godwin and Mike Evans. After that, though, who in the fuck is there?
Yeah.
Also,
don't
I
know
know the
their slot
Vikings,
receivers.
but the Vikings have Addison, Osborne, and Justin Jefferson. Now I know Hawkinson
Well,
is
Justin
worlds better
Jefferson
than
did have,
Addison.
yeah, Justin Jefferson did have a good game that game too, and I want to say Addison did too. I mean, all around, all 3 of those guys had pretty good games.
True,
But I mean, Hawkinson, like you said, he's definitely in a different league compared to Kate Otten. I mean, Hawkinson's top 3 tight end right now.
Hunter Henry being on the Patriots is maybe a little bit better than Cade Otton. I don't think Cade Otton has been fully utilized to his potential in Tampa. But here's the next thing that I have a problem with. So now keep all those nuggets in mind about how bad the Eagles are. Let's go look and see what Cade Otton's done this year. Week 1, 3 targets, 2 catches for 19 yards. Okay, that sucks. Week 2 against shitty Chicago, right? Week 2 against Chicago, 6 targets, 6 catches for 41 yards. Okay, now that's more like it. 6 for 41. Hey, let's build off that. All right, Cade, we see you can catch the ball. You can turn it into yards. Now we're facing the worst defense against tight ends. This man gets the lowest targets of the season in 2 and 1 catch. Bruh, make this make sense. How in the what in the holy hell is going on? Is it
I will say on the stat sheet, it only showed 2 targets, but there was another target he had that was a PI call. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
He had another target that was a PI call, but obviously that got wiped from the stat sheet. But the second target that he had was a screen pass. And I'm telling you right now, that would piss me off because he dropped it. There was nobody around him. He just completely dropped it. And he had so much room in front of him. Like, that easily would have hit my prize picks right there. And,
True.
it's just, I don't know, maybe they got pissed about him dropping that ball, but they went back to him the very next play, and it was a PI call. And even with the PI call, he still should have had the catch. So,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
But even if you give
maybe
him that, if they put that on the stat sheet, 3 targets. Bruh, this man is coming off a 6-target game against the worst defense against tight ends. You want really, Todd Bowles? You gonna make me look like a monkey's ass because I called Cade Otton a sleeper, and this man want to catch 1 for 16 against the worst? You know how bad Philly was fantasy-wise against the tight ends? Even with Cade Otton's 1 for 16 performance being taken into account, Philly is still the worst against tight ends. Jesus, bro, it's not that hard. It's not difficult. Yeah. You just sit down. You're making millions of dollars. Sit the fuck down. Sit down. And look and see where this defense sucks. End of discussion. Well, I'm not saying don't throw the ball to Evans. I'm not saying don't throw the ball to Godwin. I'm not saying that. Obviously, they're your playmakers, more so Evans. But Evans was dropping the ball like a motherfucker in like the first, second quarter. He couldn't catch shit. Maybe go to Otton? Nah.
We're
gonna do Trey Palmer. Yo, who the fuck is Trey Palmer? I mean,
he said this guy, Jared Wallace, Jay Palmer has 4.3 speed.
Wow. I put Cade Otton everywhere. I bet this man over receptions. I bet this man over yards. I bet this man to score a damn touchdown. And worst game of the season so far. I don't get it, bro. See, this is why I hate the Buccaneers. This is why I hate them. Because they always find a way to fuck you. That's why they're the Buccaneers. End of that discussion.
Well, but I was worried about that. I mean, I liked Cade Otton, but I was also a little worried about him just because I think I said this on our podcast. I was just worried about Cade Otton because I knew Baker Mayfield was going to be shook up in that backfield, dropping back for passes, and he fucking was, bro. Like he was, bro. He was. I mean, you could tell he was holding the ball way too long.
Yeah. I mean,
So, and I don't know. Baker isn't that good of a quarterback either. I mean, he faced the shitty Vikings and then the shitty defense for the Vikings and the shitty defense for the Bears. So, and now he finally ran into a brick wall facing a good defense, and that was my only worry about Cade Otton.
yeah. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna
But
switch. Huh?
no, I was just gonna say, how hard could it be to throw 5-10 yard passes to your tight end, bro?
Exactly. You got Evans, Godwin, and hey, like Jared said, Trey Palmer, 4.3 speed. That's great. Run your ass downfield, bro. Get the hell out of here. Okay? Open it underneath for Otton. Okay? Like, I'm just, man, I can tell you right now, if you would have given me an option and be like, honestly, do you see Cade Otton finishing one catch? I'd have been like, you're fucking crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. No, Cade Otton got at least catching more than one pass in the game. At least. At least.
Who is Jared? Do I know him? He said I know him, but
I don't know if you know him. I grew up with him.
Well, he said, "Hey, shithead, you know who I am, man, child." Rob, tell that boy.
You might know him. Big into racing. Good friend of mom's friend Jackie. I don't know. We know how your memory is though from those days.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, hey, you know, if you know me, that's cool, bro. I don't remember you.
But anyways, I'm gonna switch gears. Well, I'm not gonna switch gears. I'm gonna stay in that division. The Vikings, worst defense I have ever seen. They can't stop no damn body on defense.
That's what's going to be their downfall. That's what their downfall was last year.
Okay, well, okay. Now, see, you see where I'm going with this. So, who plays the Vikings Sunday? Unfortunately, that's my shitty team, the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Bryce Young's back. Now, everybody want to talk about give Bryce Young time. Give Bryce Young time. Bruh, how in the hell do we go on the road into a tough environment to play in Seattle, one of the loudest stadiums? I think Arrowhead has them beat, so I think it's the second loudest, if I'm not mistaken, and let Andy Dalton with the same exact offense, same line, same weapons, and Andy Dalton can throw for over 300 yards, but Bryce Young can't do that. I understand Bryce is a rookie, but I'm telling you now, I'm not a fan of Bryce Young. I'll stick on my team through thick and thin, but I'm not a fan of Bryce Young.
I'll say this in defense of Bryce Young. Andy Dalton is a veteran quarterback who's been in the league a lot longer with shittier teams.
Yeah.
And when I say shittier teams, I mean like the Bengals after AJ Green's prime and everything like that. But you got to remember too, Andy Dalton was like a top 5, top 10 quarterback at one point in time in the league when he was on the high horse with the Bengals. So I think he's definitely one of the better backup quarterbacks in the league. I mean, he did solid with the Saints last year. So I mean, I still think I think Bryce is having a little bit of a problem with his height adjusting to the NFL. But I mean, if you watch the game film, like you could see he definitely makes some bad decisions, but you can also see that the offensive line is just atrocious. Like, look at the games that he's played compared to the game that Andy Dalton played. Now, I don't remember. I can't remember off the top of my head if they were like if Andy Dalton was getting the ball out quicker than Bryce Young, but it seemed to me like from what I saw, like with highlights and stuff like that. I didn't watch the whole game. I tripped in a couple times and then saw highlights, but it just looked like on the plays that I saw, he had a little bit better pass protection than Bryce Young did. And I'm not saying like, oh, he's got better. I don't know. I mean, I always wanted that too. Like I brought it up the other day about how if you watch Jaylen Warren run compared to Najee Harris run, I mean, dude, Warren just has bigger holes flat out. Now, don't get me wrong, Najee Harris likes to dance at the line of scrimmage instead of just running straight. But even when he doesn't dance at the line of scrimmage and he runs straight, he doesn't have holes. He doesn't have the holes that Jaylen Warren does. And I'm just like, dude, why is the O line giving Jaylen Warren a lot bigger holes than fucking Najee Harris? Like, it makes no sense to me. I don't understand it. I'm not saying they're going out for blocking better for Jaylen Warren, but I don't know. Maybe it's just the way things are schemed. And I think Asante touched on that too. The runs that Najee is schemed to do might be different from Jaylen Warren. I know Asante told me something about zone runs and how they don't do that with Najee. And then one play when they did a zone run, dude broke off for like 12, 13 yards. So I mean that might be the same situation, with Bryce Young and Andy Dalton. Maybe they just schemed up a little differently. That I don't know. And I mean, also too, I don't know how Seattle's defensive line is either. So, I mean, how many sacks do they have on the year? That's something you might want to go look up to. So if they have like 2 or 3 sacks, then maybe that's why your guys' offensive line was a little bit better for Andy Dalton.
Stand by. I'm looking that up right now.
Okay.
But
I'll tell you this though, you guys are facing Danielle Hunter this week, who's second in sacks. So we'll see how many times he gets back there.
Well, I'll say this: outside of Danielle Hunter, the Vikings can't stop anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Well, it's their
now,
secondary, bro. I mean, that's not like
So it looks like now Bryce Young is going to play this week. So here we go. I'm going to sit back now and see what Bryce Young can do on Sunday against this Minnesota defense that has been more or less carved up by Baker, by Jalen Hurts, and by Justin Herbert. Now, the problem is Jalen Hurts and Justin Herbert are great quarterbacks. I get that. But Baker Mayfield, really? Really? So
what did Baker actually do in that game?
Real fast, the Seahawks had 2 sacks on the season through weeks 1 and 2 coming into our game, and we ended up giving up 3. They had none in week 1, 2 in week 2, and now 3 against us. The Seahawks did. So we let them get their most of the season so far, which isn't a surprise to me, but got to do better on that side. But again, Andy Dalton, I just know threw a lot better and passed for way more, made some dime throws too to DJ Chark and Thielen for that matter. So I don't know.
Yeah,
but
see, Baker against the Vikings was 21 for 34 with 173-yard passing and 2 touchdowns. Now I'm sorry,
he did have 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. So,
but I mean, that's expected when you're playing a terrible defense. But on the other hand, 21 out of 34 passes, like that's a good completion rating, but only 173 yards off of 21 completions. I'm trying to figure out how much. That was an average of 5.1 yard per catch.
Really?
And his longest throw in that game was 28 yards.
Baker's?
Yeah. So I mean,
that means Bryce Young's longest is probably gonna be about 12 because he's averaging 4.6 yards per attempt.
Well, he did okay against them, but I wouldn't say that he carved them up. Like I don't know if I'd go there and say all that now.
Well, like I said, I'm curious to see. Again, I know Bryce Young is a rookie. I get it, but trading the farm or the house, whatever you want to call it, for Bryce Young, I I don't know about that. Look, I said it from the get-go. I don't know why we didn't just tank one more year and be in the running for Caleb Williams. I think Caleb's going to be a star, and I can already tell you right now, next year, I don't care where he goes. He can go to a shitty offense. I don't care. I don't care. I'm drafting. That boy's on my radar instantly next year. I don't care. That boy can put him on the Cardinals, put him on the Jets. I don't care.
Adam said Baker plays with heart and a cheap contract. Baker don't play with heart. Baker's trying to save his NFL career. That's what he's doing.
Yeah. If Baker doesn't succeed in Tampa, he's done. He's done.
I mean,
And
he might
you know
be
what?
a
His
backup,
time,
but he won't be a starter no more.
his time's coming too. Again, let's go back and revisit it. He played the shitty Vikings secondary, and he played the shitty Bears. What just happened when he came up against a real defense in the Eagles? He shit all over himself. That's what happened. That's what happened. And guess what? It ain't getting much easier this week for Baker either in the Saints. This is why, again, I went on my rant last week and said, I get it, right? I get it. Get hyped over one win. That's great. That's so great.
We know Adam does that a lot.
Like get hyped over one win. In the end, if you don't put the ring on the finger, what? Like I hate to burst Tampa Bay Rays fans' bubble, and I know there's some in here, okay? But let's shift the focus to y'all. Y'all got so damn hyped over the start to the season when it was like 17, 18, 19 and 0, whatever it was. Like, and look, if you don't bring home the championship, who gives a fuck in the end that you started the season like that? Who cares? And again, I'll throw myself under the bus. I mean, I'm wearing it right now. Braves. If we don't win the World Series, this is the shittiest season in a long time with what we're doing on offense, records, winning, all that stuff, pitching, everything. If we don't win the World Series, this is going to be the shittiest season. And people can remember how raw the Braves were, how much they choked in the playoff. That's why I'm trying not to get too excited. That's great. Acuna's got 40-60. That's great, bro. Congrats to him. But Strider leading in strikeouts, leading the league, probably going to win Cy Young. That's fucking great. Bring home the damn hardware so I can update my wardrobe or something, okay? Let's do that. Huh?
I'm going to tell you right now, Adam just commented some dolphin emojis. And I'm going to tell you right now, the way the season's going, the Dolphins are looking like the Atlanta Braves of the NFL. And I know you probably aren't going to agree with that because you don't like the Dolphins, and neither do I. I'm a Patriots fan. I hate the Dolphins.
But I don't mind the Dolphins.
I'm going to take my biasness out of it, and I'm going to say those boys are balling right now, bro.
I mean, I don't mind the Dolphins as much as you do. I mean,
I know Adam makes you hate them just that much more.
No, I hate the Bucs.
Just like them that much more. But on the other hand, all the Dolphin fans were sitting here saying the same stuff last year, and guess what? Tua, the little bump on the head, and bye-bye now, Tua.
Exactly. It's a long season. Season.
Exactly. So, and then on top of that, I don't know, man. I think defenses need to take a play, or they need to take a few plays out of Bill Belichick's defensive playbook when they played the Dolphins. Because granted, we did get beat by the run, but you gotta understand, bro. Our offense was really the reason why we lost that game. If our offense could put up 20, 24, 28 points. And cashed in on some of the opportunities that we had, we would have easily won that game. And that's what screwed us. But the fact that we held Tyreek Hill to 4 catches for 50 yards and a little 2-yard touchdown, and Jalen Waddle, I think, had 3 for 60. And every other defense in the league is giving up 100 yards to these guys. It's like, come on, dude. Our defense shut that shit down, bro. Even with the run killing us, we shut that shit down. Because I'm telling you right now, our offense was the reason we lost that game. We had plenty of opportunities to put points on the board, and we didn't. And if you have a team like, for example, the 49ers or who's a good defensive team in the AFC, the Bills, even, which that's going to be a good matchup this week. But if Josh Allen can just stay on track and have a good game instead of choking, then I think that'll be a really good game. And hopefully their defense can you know manage Tyreek and Waddle. Waddle's playing now. I think it's crazy. Them boys put up 70 points on the
without
Broncos
Waddle.
without even having Waddle, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I saw Waddle was a full participant in practice today, and he should be good to go for Sunday. But yeah, there's no doubt that's gonna be a game right there on Sunday for sure. See, we get stuck. I understand, like I'm being a little sarcastic ass right now, but we got to watch freaking Zach Wilson on Sunday night because when they
Yeah.
made that game, they were like, "Oh, Aaron Rodgers against Mahomes." I'd much rather watch Bills. They need to flex like every week, just week 1 to 18, dogger. Just flex the Sunday night game because I'd much rather watch the Bills and Dolphins on Sunday night and get hyped about that game rather than Zach Wilson that can't get across midfield with that offense. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
And some other news that I just saw. Um, Austin Eckler said the issue with his ankle right now is turning and making cuts. And he quote said, "I can run full speed right now." Said he isn't sure about Sunday, but wants to play. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I never hope that somebody ever gets injured, but I wasn't a big believer in Austin Eckler this year, and the fact that he's missed already now 2 games, potentially could miss three. It's kind of like, okay, proving my point. You know what I mean? But like obviously people are taking him, top 6 picks, maybe somewhere around there. But I don't know. Now I'm a little worried because Mike Williams is hurt, and who knows? Maybe Justin Herbert starts checking down more if Keenan Allen's not open. Because don't get me wrong, Josh Palmer's good, but I don't think he's as good as Mike Williams. At least not yet. So, but we'll see
I
how
mean,
that plays out.
they got Quentin Johnston there too, who's still coming along. I mean, Palmer's ahead of Johnston, but
Yeah.
two solid wide receivers. Herbert will be okay, but going off the whole Eckler news, I knew he was pissed off. He didn't want to be in LA. And I remember in the offseason, like they were like, "Oh, go seek a trade if you want one." And obviously he didn't find anybody, but all those guys that had contract problems, Barkley, Jacobs, and Eckler, I avoided in all 15 of my drafts. Like those guys were just
Yeah.
not even remotely close to my radar. And when I saw other people in my drafts take them, I said, "Thank you." And look, Barkley hurt, Jacobs sucking. Okay, well he had a good game the other night, but you know, and Eckler's hurt. I don't think from what I read, Eckler's going to play this week, but I still like Herbert. And you know what? Again, going back, Chargers ain't got no damn secondary either, like the Vikings.
Yeah.
Okay, which is going to be good because that's going to make Herbert want to throw or going to have to throw the ball anymore since they can't stop nobody.
Yeah.
So
Well, see, in touch base on what you're talking about, I didn't like Eckler either. Like I said earlier, in one of my drafts, I had pick 6, and Eckler was there. I think it was like Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Christian McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill, and I can't remember who the 5th pick was. Or no, I was 5th pick. I'm sorry about that. I wasn't 6th. I was 5th. So I was hoping Tyreek Hill would have lasted to me because that's who I wanted at pick 5. But I saw he was taken, and I was just like just stuck on who to take, and I ended up taking Amon-Ra St. Brown, which was probably a little early for him. I mean, I haven't seen him go before pick 9 in a 12-man league, so that was definitely probably a little bit early for him. But I don't know. I did not want Eckler, and I mean, as of right now, Amon-Ra St. Brown is putting up more points than Eckler. Yeah, it's because he's hurt, but it doesn't matter if that's the reason. At the end of the day, he's going to have more points than Eckler through the first 3-4 weeks of the season. So As of right now, it's looking like I made the right choice if that's what it came down to.
I don't think there was any of my 15 drafts this year where I took a running back in the first round. I was loading up. Well, you already knew my love for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Whether I was in the back or the middle, I didn't want the front because I can't be taking Amon-Ra like 1 through 3. But I mean, I think in Adams League, if I'm not mistaken, I had pick 3 there. I think I forget. Maybe it was pick 1. I don't know. There was one draft where I was like pick 3 or 4, and somehow Justin Jefferson lasted to me, and I'm like, huh? Boy,
Yeah.
thank you for being fucking idiots. Just
Adam said
dunces.
pick 2. So I'd like to know
Yeah.
who would pick 1. I think you said it was either CMC or Jamar Chase.
Well, see, now I'm gonna go look it up, and I got it in a window right here. First off, I'm gonna brag a little bit. I know it's a long way to go. I'm just fucking straight shitting in this league right now. I'm 3-0, averaging 175 points a week, boy. And I
In
know
Adams
Adam
League?
yeah, in Adam's league. And I know Adam texted me after the draft saying, I really like your team. Trust me. Okay, first off, too, my team name is Swallow My Cockiness, from the Weekend song and stuff with Belly. So,
Yeah.
but I was like, I know my team's wrong. Y'all let me get all my wide receivers. Thank you. Like, I get running backs get hurt too
You said
damn easily,
Chase
man.
went
You can't
first.
cycle through those things. Like,
Yeah.
let me find the draft results. Here we go.
Well, see, that's the thing. You can get good running backs in late rounds. I mean, look, anybody who picked up Kyron Williams, or if you picked him up off waiver wires, you're good now, bro. I mean, there's plenty of good receivers. Now, I will say this about that comment. There was, a lot of people were thinking drafting, like, oh, we can get, solid running backs in late rounds, like, for example, Alexander Madison,
Yep.
Khalil Herbert, Antonio Gibson, Samaje Perine, AJ Dillon. Like, all those guys are like solid, maybe two, running back 2, running back 3. Even some people who stack up on receiver, like heavy, probably even drafted some of those guys as running back 1s. And a lot of them have been disappointments, dude. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's definitely some guys that are shining in the later rounds from being drafted at the running back position, but there's also a lot of guys that have disappointed heavily, dude. I mean, I have Alexander Madison, and I mean, I didn't think he was going to be no Dalvin Cook, but he's a starter. You know what I mean? I figured he could at least put up potentially 10 plus points, maybe every other week or whatever the case is. But he's non-existent. Same with Khalil Herbert. I mean, last year when he filled in for David Montgomery, he was great. Now that he's a starter, it's like, what the hell happened, dude?
Braves just won it in the bottom of the 10th, and Acuna stole his 70th base. He singled home the tying run in the bottom of the 10th, and then Ozzie singled him home. So we just came back and beat the Cubs. But yeah, so I pulled up Adam's draft results real fast. So yeah, I had picked 2 of 10, and I went Justin Jefferson. Somehow, some way, these knuckleheads let Amon-Ra St. Brown last to me at pick 9 of 10 in the second round. Thank you. All day. Thank you. Because that if I had drafted at the back of the first round, that's who I was taking. Amon-Ra all day, like I did in all my other drafts where I had a back pick. But and then 3 picks later, I went Devonta Smith, third-year wide receiver. Again, I'm like, thank you. Because, I believe what you and Dad said. Running back, you got to start shifting away from the running backs a little bit, especially with the whole running back market changing and them being crybabies, want more money, all this stuff. Let me just load up on wide receivers, okay? If I think they're going to be in Amon-Ra third year, Devonta Smith is third year this year too, as a matter of fact. So I'm like, I got 2 third years, and I got Justin Jefferson, who wants to break the record and is in Kevin O'Connell's offense. Like, y'all just handing me this shit on a silver platter. Like, what?
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, Adam, you need to let me be in your league next year, bro. Because the fact that, I mean, people even let that happen, bro. Please, I want to be in your league next year.
Brandon, they're crybabies a little bit. I mean, look, I personally, this is just my opinion. I think money's ruining sports all around. Okay. It seems like every year, no matter what sport it is, I want to be the highest paid tackle, defensive tackle, whatever it may be, running back. And I've already gone off on this tangent numerous times. We're the idiots to blame, us fans, because we're paying this ridiculous ass money to go watch our teams, and the money is ruining sports. And the teams give in to what the players are asking. Look at Bosa. Bosa was going to hold out into the regular season. And then John Lynch finally broke down and gave him that monster ass contract because it's going to put fans in the stands. And I don't agree with how the money is just ruining all of this.
Well, I'm going to say this, and I tell you and Dad this all the time because you guys are on that wave about, football players are making millions of dollars playing a child's game. They should just be happy with what they're getting, blah, 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 this and that. But at the end of the day, bro, and I used to think about it that way until somebody kind of put it in a different perspective for me. When you think about it, these football players are at work when they're playing football. Now, I get it's a child's game, but to them, it's not a child's game. It's work. It's the same thing as if a UPS driver wakes up in the morning, eats his breakfast, and then goes to work, clocks in, delivers packages, comes home, clocks out, comes home, all that stuff. It's the same exact thing. Now, when these owners that own the team, that's just like the CEO of whatever companies, Amazon or whatever company you want to use for example. It's like the CEO is making billions of dollars. Well, obviously the workers are going to be like, look, you're making billions of dollars because of who? Us.
The employees. Yeah.
You are making billions of dollars because you're selling the jersey with our name on the back of it. You're filling up seats because we're coming to play on this field in the stadium. Okay. So, I mean, I get it from both points. If I was the athlete, I don't need to be the highest paid because guess what? Pay me freaking $15 million a year. I'm going to take that and invest it. And I promise you, I'll be making more money from my investments than I will in the NFL. Or I'll do endorsement deals with people, So, but I also understand it because these NFL players are making just an insane amount of money. Like compared to back in the day, they're making billions of dollars, and the players are just like, well, hold on, you're making all this money because of me, so I want my fair share.
Yeah, and on top of that, I don't want you to suck nuts either. Can we not suck nuts? If I'm paying this stupid ass price to go sit my fat ass in the stands and fucking drink beers and eat fucking corn dogs or what the fuck ever, I'm eating nachos, can we not suck, please? Can we at least show a little competitiveness? No. We get fucking smoked in all 3 games. And this is when I found out the Panthers are coming to Seattle, I'm like, okay, we got a rookie quarterback. It ain't that far of a flight or a drive. I might go up there. The fuck I was thinking. I'm glad I didn't go up there to watch that trash ass shit.
Well, nobody on the Panthers is getting paid like that, so.
No, but Brian Burns, a fucking Seminole of all people. Of course, it's a Seminole. Let me stop. I just threw that jab in there because I know we got some Seminole lovers watching. But anyways, Brian Burns crying for money, but I'll give Brian Burns love. He ain't holding out like a bunch of other little crybaby bitches like Bosa, like Josh Jacobs, like Barkley. Man up, go out there. You letting your teammates down, bro. Now look. I'm going to be honest now. If I'm Josh Jacobs, okay, I'm pissed because this team ain't done shit since I've been a damn Raider. Then you want to try and solve the problem by bringing in Jimmy G? Oh, but we just went backwards. We just went backwards.
Well, I will say this though, you're comparing Brian Burns to the running backs, and then obviously Nick Bosa. I think it's hard to compare Brian Burns to running backs. It's 2 different positions. Not to mention the running back position is becoming very, very disposable in the NFL now. But if you're going to compare him to Nick Bosa, Chris Jones, I think those guys are at another level than Brian Burns. I don't know how much he was asking for, but I mean, I'm sorry, dude. Nick Bosa had it right. to want the money that he did. Like, dude just
No,
came off
no,
a
no, hell
fantastic
no.
season, bro. Defensive player of the year, like led in sacks. Like he just went insane last year. And the year before he had a good year too. I mean, he's easily a top 3 edge rusher in the league, bro.
I don't give a damn. That is insane money. That bitch go out there tomorrow and blow his knee. What the fuck did we pay him for?
Well, if he goes out there and blow his knee, it's just the same as anybody getting workman's comp in any type of organization where they hurt themselves. I mean, he goes out and blows his knee playing for the owners and making money for the owners. And that's why everybody wants guaranteed money because okay, yeah, you're gonna pay me $100 million, but only 25
That's
of that
why
is
you need to
guaranteed.
set it up more, like set your contract up more for like an injury settlement than if you get hurt. But you want to earn your money? No, we ain't guaranteeing shit. Guarantee this, okay? Make it incentive driven. If you're healthy and on the field, bitch, give me some sacks. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if you're being double teamed, well, sucks to suck. You're just too raw. You ain't getting no sackies. Okay, I get it.
Well, see that's the thing too. I mean, you know, if you're good, bro, and let's say they're like, oh, we'll pay you the contract, but we want 20 sacks this year. And teams are out here fucking double teaming Nick Bosa. Well, it's like, okay, that ain't his fault. He's raw, bro.
Well, no, you
But that
started
double
low.
team-
Hey, for 2 sacks, here's a chunk. For 5 sacks, here's a chunk. Like, you start it low and make different levels and shit like that.
Yeah. Well, there are incentives. I mean, there are contracts with incentives on them. So, I mean, but to have like an incentive-based contract, I don't know. I mean, that's I mean, like what would you base it off of? Like for receivers, would you base it off receptions or yards or touchdowns?
I mean,
Same
you
with
can
quarterbacks,
break it
like-
down. You can break it down into multiples. I mean, it depends if you have like a possession wide receiver like Cooper Kupp, But if you got somebody like Tyreek Hill that's going to get yards and touchdowns, okay, Tyreek, here goes some for 700 yards. Now you're going to earn a little bit more. You go over that fucking 1,000 plateau, okay? Like,
Well,
it
see,
depends
if
on
that's
the
the
position
thing,
and
then
stuff.
and if that's the thing, it's like, okay, well, if you're gonna pay me for getting sacks, then you need to pay me for however many times I get double teamed. If I get double teamed 15 times out of the year, then you need that needs to be an incentive too. Because
Like-
when a defensive player is getting double teamed, or even a wide receiver, okay,
Mhm.
if a wide receiver is getting double teamed, guess what that's doing? That's opening up more options for the offense and or defense. If
True.
a guard and a tackle is double teaming Nick Bosa, well, guess what? Then somebody's fucking running free and they need to get a sack. It's not
True.
his fault it's not his fault he's getting double teamed. He's just that good. But it's going to be that much harder to get 10, 15, however many sacks is on the incentive-based contract. So, I mean, it's a lot to break down too. I just don't think
True.
NFL owners and or players want to do all that. I mean, to sit here and list, okay, you get 10 sacks or you get 5 sacks, I'll give you, 20 million of your contract or whatever. And then you get, 10, whatever. Like if someone's making $25 million a year, okay, you get 5 sacks, I'll give you, 4.5 million of it. And then you go up to 10 sacks, I'll give you 10 million of it. And then you go up to 15 sacks, I'll give you 20 million of it. Like that, I feel like that's just a lot of extra work that teams and players don't want to have to deal with.
So for example, here, the Raiders restructured Jimmy Garoppolo's contract, okay?
Yeah.
But he initially
Levels, Sergey. Levels. Tell them. There's levels.
he initially signed a 3-year deal for $72.75 million. This man has done what in his career?
Went to the Super Bowl with the Niners.
Lost in the Super Bowl, number 1. Greatest Super Bowl outside of the Panthers fucking making it. Outside of the Panthers making it, the Chiefs coming back on the 49ers, greatest Super Bowl in my fucking eyes ever.
But that's okay though, because look, the fact of the matter is he went to Super Bowl. It don't matter if he won or lost. Now, if he won, yeah, the 49ers might be making a little bit more money at that next year, but he went. Why do you think Aaron Rodgers was the most paid? Why do you think Aaron Rodgers was making $50 million a year when he hasn't won a Super Bowl in 10 years? You know why? Because he's selling jerseys and he's selling out the damn arena, bruh.
I get that. What the fuck is Jimmy G doing? That's what I'm talking about. Bro, 72 million? This man right now got more interceptions than touchdowns. Why is this man making this much money? He dookie. Okay?
What year did they go to the Super Bowl? Tell me, what year did they go to the Super Bowl?
Who?
The
49ers?
The 49ers.
I think it was 2019, 2020. I don't know. Just look up the fucking meme of the 49ers celebrate with about 8 minutes left and then lose it. Oh, that's so great. Oh, that holds a special place in my heart. 2020, Sergey said. I was 1 year off. Whatever.
Okay, here.
That's Super Bowl right there, boy.
Now, granted, I will say this: Jimmy Garoppolo has had fantastic defenses every year. He's went to the playoffs and/or Super Bowl.
That's what I'm talking about. What has he done?
But you show me a quarterback other than Drew Brees that hasn't had a damn good defense when they've won the Super Bowl. And I know you're going to say, "Oh, Patrick Mahomes," but look at what the Chiefs' defense has done in the playoffs every year. Patrick Mahomes has won the Super Bowl. Okay, they step
up out of nowhere. Yeah, they'll have no names and step up out of nowhere.
But just to give you some so it was actually 2019 going into 2020. To give you some perspective on Jimmy Garoppolo's 2019 season, he had 69.1 completion percentage, which is damn good. Almost 70%. That's pretty good. He had 3,978 yards, so almost 4,000 yards, 27 touchdowns, and 13 interceptions. That's not bad. That's pretty solid, bro.
Okay, but you got to look deeper now at those numbers. How many long balls? Okay, Debo was a beast back then too. So what was it? Little dump offs and the wide receivers use their speed. Like this.
You can't say that though, because guess what? You could say that shit all day about Tua Tagovailoa. Oh, he's dumping passes to Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, and they're running after the catch. Guess what? That happens, bro. Look at Tom Brady. He was dumping underneath the Edelman and Walker all the time.
Not all the time.
You can't. Okay, but you can't. I'm sure he wasn't dumping all the time. He was. Let me see here.
Well, I'm about to go look this right now. One moment. Well, I'm about to just shit all over this right now. Yeah, exactly.
One moment, please.
You're just talking regular. I can't believe you're sticking up for Jimmy Garoppolo. And my whole point is, what has he done to earn $72 million a year? Now, obviously, they restructured that a little bit, but still,
he was averaging 246 yards a game, 246 and a half yards a game that year. He had a QB rating of 102.
Yeah.
And hold on, I'm trying to find a couple other. He was averaging 8.4 yards a pass, or 8.4 yards per attempt, and 12.1 yards per catch.
That's the best year of his career.
Yeah. And they went to the Super Bowl that year. That's my point.
But it wasn't because of him, is what I'm saying.
I mean, he obviously had a part to play in it. I mean, you can't say that, it's because of this and because of that. Like, he obviously contributed to it. Granted, I know their defense was a bigger role in why they went to the Super Bowl, because they shut down Aaron Rodgers that year in the playoffs. Shut that motherfucker down.
See, everybody calling me out because of my hatred for the 49ers. I love this. I'm putting all that shit to the side. Look, that's why I'm bringing up Garoppolo now for the Raiders. What has he done for that money? I get that he was the quarterback when they went to the Super Bowl and stuff. Trent Dilfer was the quarterback when the Ravens won the damn Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer didn't do shit. He ain't land no contracts like that.
Well, I agree with what Adam said too. I think Jimmy Garoppolo is a game manager. And he's just, I don't know, he's not bad, bro. Like, he has the talent to be a starter in the league, but he's the type of guy you need to put a good defense around, and then he'll get you to that position. The Raiders don't have a good defense, so don't expect them to do anything there.
I don't think they'd do anything if they had a good defense.
That's my point, though. You go ahead and put Justin Herbert in that offense. You think they're going to do anything?
Oh,
No. 'Cause
yes.
Look at Justin Herbert.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
1,000
No.
yeses. If
The
Herbert was on the
Chargers
Raiders in the playoffs right now, guaranteed.
The Chargers defense is just as bad as the Raiders, bro. And look,
The what?
the Chargers defense is just as bad as the Raiders.
I mean, they in the same. Well, we're gonna see because I'm pretty sure they playing each other this week, aren't they?
That's my point. They're in the. You were just about to say
Herbert
they're in the
is
same
gonna-
boat, right?
Herbert's
You
gonna
were
take a
just
big
about
ass
to say
duke.
they're in the same boat, bro.
No.
Yeah,
Herbert
you
gonna take
were
a big
just
ass
about to
dookie
say
on-
they're in the same
okay.
boat, bro.
Boy, I hope Jimmy G plays in this game. I hope to God, because he's gonna shit the bed just like he's done his whole career. And Justin Herbert gonna double Jimmy G's yards. Okay, I don't care if Mike Williams not out there or
Justin
not.
Herbert is a better quarterback than Jimmy G. I'm not saying that Jimmy G is as good or a better
Okay,
quarterback.
so
than
then
Justin
if you
Herbert.
take a better quarterback and put him on the Raiders right now, the Raiders are freaking doing much better then.
No, because their defense can't stop shit. It's just like the Vikings situation, bro. The Vikings offense is raw. Go look at their yards and points every game this year. Guess what? 0-3 because they don't
I
have no
get that.
defense.
I get that. I don't know, boy.
But that boy a 49er hater, huh, y'all?
I'm not a 49er hater. I don't get it. I'm not a 49er hater at all.
Bro, all I'm saying is Jimmy is not as bad as a quarterback as you make him to be. I'm telling you right now, I will bet money right now you will take his ass on the Panthers.
Oh, the hell no. No, don't
Yes.
ever. Don't ever.
You wouldn't take Jimmy G over Bryce Young with how much you don't like Bryce Young.
I'll take Bryce. I'll just suck it up with Bryce at this point. You got to hold on now. You got to remember too in the offseason here that the Panthers were rumored to be in the running for Jimmy G. And what the hell did I say? Oh, hell no. Don't bring that ass over to Carolina. Don't you do it. We better not reach out to this man.
He's not that bad, bro. He's decent, bro. Yes, I can probably. Okay, let me think. Okay, let me just think off the top of my head. Okay, let me think off the top of my head. Matter of fact, let me go look at Let me go look at something. Real
Oh
quick.
boy, all y'all calling me a 49ers hater. This is hilarious. When I do this stuff, I take all my bias out. But no, Adam. Bryce Young's not going to be ruined in Carolina. Bryce Young is going to ruin Carolina for the years to come. You got the right words. You just got to switch them around a little bit.
Okay, Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo, right now, in my opinion, okay, he's better than Zach Wilson. He's better than Kenny Pickett.
No,
better than
What
has Kenny Pickett done this year? Kenny Pickett is just that boy is sucking a fucking donkey right now.
He's in his second year. Give him time.
Okay. So give Kenny Pickett time, but don't give Bryce Young time. Whoa.
Pickett last year was not making the same mistakes that Bryce Young is.
Are you serious? Go look at
Bryce Young running around
last year.
Bryce Young running around like a fucking duck, bouncing the ball up off his knee pad, fumbling it to the other team when we in field goal range. Okay, Pickett wasn't doing that.
Okay, I'm telling you right now. As of right now, I'm going to say this too. As of right now, with the way Deshaun Watson's playing, I'll take Jimmy G over Deshaun Watson right now.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Because Deshaun Watson is ass, bro.
Okay, ask Sergey. Ask Sergey. Sergey's in here. Sergey, would you rather Jimmy G or Deshaun Watson right now?
Right now, at this very moment.
I'm telling you right now, if Sergey comes and says that he would take Jimmy G over Deshaun Watson right now, I'm blocking this motherfucker from ever coming in here again.
There you go.
I'm telling you now.
Brandon even said it. Pickett threw 4 interceptions his first start.
His first start.
Did Bryce Young do that?
No.
Okay, and Bryce Young has a worse offense than Kenny Pickett did. Kenny Pickett had who? He had George Pickens, who he was a rookie, but George Pickens is raw.
Yeah.
Okay. Deontay Johnson, better than any receiver that Bryce Young has. Pat Fryerman was better than any tight end that he has. Najee and Jalen Warren better than Miles Sanders.
Then why the fuck did Andy Dalton throw for over 300 goddamn yards?
Andy Dalton's like that, bro.
Bryce Young can't even touch 200.
He's a young quarterback. Give him time.
Where'd Sergey go? I'm about to tell him to get his ass.
Zach said it. Jimmy over Watson, bro. I'm telling you. You can call that a hot take, bro. I'm telling you right now. I take Jimmy Garoppolo over Ryan Tannehill. So we got Ryan Tannehill.
I would take Levis over fucking Tannehill.
Kenny Pickett. I'll take him over Sam Howell right now. Sam Howell's looked all right, but he ain't played really. Look, that boy played a defense this week, got fucking knocked down. Knocked on his ass.
So did Baker.
Right now.
So did Baker.
I'll take him over Baker, too. I'll take Jimmy over Baker.
You would take Jimmy Garoppolo over Baker Mayfield?
Oh, all day. All day, bro. All day. At least
Adam. Adam.
I guarantee you Adam would take Jimmy G over Baker.
I know Adam's still in here.
I know Adam's going to say Jimmy G over Baker. I know he is.
I'm curious to see this. No. I'm not taking Zach. I'm not taking Zach over Jimmy G, but I'm curious to see what Adam says. Baker right now or Jimmy G right now? Who would you rather have on the Bucs?
Jimmy G, bro. All day.
No.
All day, baby.
Gross.
All day. I told you. See?
Stop it. Y'all high and delusional all up in here right now. I need some, boy, y'all being selfish, passing everything on over there. I need some of that on this side. Jesus.
Look, Jimmy G has played some pretty solid defenses in his first 3 weeks. Granted, I know the Broncos just got fucking shitted on.
Yeah, and he got 6 interceptions compared to 5 touchdowns. My point exactly.
Okay, so he's played hard defenses. That's my point, though.
And he sucks against them.
He's not as bad as you think. You would take Baker Mayfield over Jimmy Garoppolo right now.
Sadly, yes.
That's terrible. That's the hottest take ever that you've ever said right now. That's terrible. I would not take Jimmy. No, and no. I would
remember
not
when
take
Tim Tebow? Okay, remember when Tebow was in the league? All he did was win. He didn't turn the ball over that much, and wherever he went, he won. Why he not in the league still?
I can't answer that for you. But Jimmy's obviously still
he's like a Jimmy G.
Let me ask you this: Justin Fields or Jimmy Garoppolo? I'm taking Jimmy because Justin sucks.
I might have to take Jimmy on that one.
Exactly. So
I would take Jimmy over Justin, and I would take Jimmy over Zach Wilson. That's about it.
So that's 7 quarterbacks now.
I said 2.
You wouldn't take Jimmy over Sam Howell?
Not yet. I need to see more from Sam Howell.
So you would take Jimmy over Sam Howell right now?
No, I would. I'll stick with Sam Howell right now.
I'll take Jimmy over Desmond Ridder. That's 8.
Oh yeah, Ridder trash can. Ridder big trash. That whole offense trash can. Everybody that think Bijan gonna be raw.
Let me see. I'll take Jimmy over Joshua Dobbs. So that's 9 quarterbacks. So what's that? There's 32 NFL teams, right? So he's almost damn near the top 20.
I can't say Dobbs yet because Dobbs has just only started 3 games in his career. And he beat the Cowboys for what it's worth. He didn't do nothing, but hey, he got a win against the Cowboys.
Yeah,
so
I'm just saying, I think if you put Garoppolo on a team that has a defense and a decent offense, I think he can get you to the playoffs. And you know what? There's quarterbacks that can do that aren't that good. Honestly,
this man
right now,
with
the way he's playing,
said he would rather Jimmy G over Derek Carr. Oh my! So
I think that's a close one. That's a close one for me. That's a close one for me. But I tell you this: with the way the Saints defense are playing right now, yes, I take Jimmy G over Derek Carr because again, you give him a good defense and a decent offense. Jimmy G is a good game manager. and he knows how to get wins, bro, with a good defense.
So Asante, essentially what you're saying then is the Raiders just took a step forward, moving on from Carr and bringing in Jimmy G? Because I don't see it like that. I think they took a step backwards, bringing in Jimmy G and replacing Derek Carr with him. That's just my opinion. I don't think Derek Carr was all that bad of a quarterback in Vegas.
I'll take Jimmy
Oakland.
G over Daniel Jones right now too.
Mm,
Daniel Jones fucking sucks right now.
that's a tough.
I
Yeah,
had a good year
now,
last
though,
year, but he sucks. As of right now, I'm taking Jimmy. I'm telling you right now, Asante would take Jameis Winston over Derek Carr. So don't.
that's true. That's true.
But Jabo 5,000 yards.
I don't think Derek Carr was ever bad with the Raiders. I just think he just had lack of weapons, and that was even when the Raiders defense was way worse than what it is now. Way worse. Oh no, Asante, don't say that. Don't say that. Retract that statement right now. But again, if you have a great defense, okay, and you got a decent offense around you, any quarterback can go to the Super Bowl with a great defense. Again, like I said, look at Trent Dilfer when he won the thing with the Ravens. That man was a nobody. Offense was trash. The defense won that championship. Okay. So if you got a great defense, you can take Zach Wilson. And the Jets right now don't have a great defense, which is surprising because they have the names. And Robert Saleh is a very good defensive-minded coach, but they don't got the defense right now. But if you take Zach Wilson and put him on like Buffalo, I still think Buffalo makes the playoffs. Yes. So you could take any trash QB and put him on a good team.
I don't know. I think there's some quarter. Okay, look at fucking Zach Wilson, bro. Great defense with the Jets. What's he doing?
What just happened?
You say you could take any quarterback and put them with a good defense and they can do good.
Yes.
Zach Wilson is with a good defense and he sucks.
I'm very confused right now. What the fuck is happening? I just said the Jets defense is not good. Yes, they got the names and they have the head coach that is great defensive minded, but the Jets defense is ass right now.
Okay, what they do to Josh Allen then? Week 1.
Okay. They won that bitch off a punt and return. Let's just simmer it down.
That's fine. They won that bitch with Zach Wilson playing in the game for literally what? 3 minutes into the first quarter. After that, Zach Wilson comes in for the rest of the game, sucks, and their defense wins that game.
But then again, you got bad quarterbacks or you got good quarterbacks that just can't get over that hump against the one team, and that's Allen with the Jets. Isn't Allen's record against the Jets like 1-6 now or something? Something like that?
I mean, maybe, but I don't know. I mean, the Jets defense played good against the Patriots. Granted, our offense ain't all that good, but I mean, the Jets have a good defense. But you know what? It's like Dad said too. When your star quarterback goes out and you guys Zach Wilson come in, I don't give a damn. I'm sorry, but if I'm on that defense, my drive and wanting to play harder for that quarterback has just gone tremendously down.
I'm gonna tell it to you like this. This is how I know the Jets ain't got a good defense. I drafted the Jets defense on like 4 teams. Okay,
I did too.
I dropped those motherfuckers this week for Cleveland Browns defense or Indies.
Well, Cleveland's playing pretty good this year
because the Jets right now don't have a good they got good names on paper. They're not performing.
They're not performing because look who the fuck their quarterback is.
Maybe so. But, okay, so you just then admitted that they not performing. So their defense is not good. You just fucking rested my case. Thank you. Let's go.
Okay, their defense is good, but they're not performing. That's a completely different situation. A defense can be good, but they cannot perform. Just like look at the Broncos. The Broncos have good names. They have a good offense. They're just not performing. They didn't perform last year. You can have a good team and just not perform, bro. And that shit happens. That's like saying, okay, Josh Allen is a good quarterback, right? But against the Jets, he doesn't fucking perform. Does that mean he's not good anymore?
I mean, look,
You become you take that step from good to not good when you consistently don't perform. And I think the Jets are probably going to start consistently not performing that good on defense because at the end of the day, what's the point? Why am I going to go out there and get turnovers for Zach fucking Wilson who can't put the damn ball in the end zone? I'm wasting my time, bro.
Maybe that's what the Raiders are doing with Jimmy G at quarterback.
No, the Raiders suck on defense, bro. They don't have no names other than Max.
That's why Chandler Jones is being taken to the hospital because he know the Raiders are all fucked up with Jimmy G at quarterback. Chandler Jones got mental problems going on right now because he knows what the hell is my team doing?
Exactly.
Anyways, last topic here, real fast. Since we're all fantasy football players in here, okay? This is the last topic. What's your thoughts on dropping bidding dollars on 1 week wonders like Devin Achane or however you say his name for the Dolphins? What's your thoughts?
You want me to answer while they're all typing?
Yeah, I mean, we can get circle back to if they're adding any more comments and stuff like that, but
I think it all depends on your team. I mean, if you don't got nobody at running back and you need some hope, I mean, I think, I wouldn't say drop, like, for example, okay, in one of my leagues, we have $100. I'm not going to sit and my fiance's uncle had J.K. Dobbins, obviously out for the year. And then I think he has Miles Sanders and can't remember who else, but Miles Sanders is now his best running back. But he dropped $66. Yeah, he dropped $66 on Devon Achane. And I don't know if I dropped that much. That's I mean, bro, I get it. He had a great game, but on the other hand, you still got Monster in front of him. Jeff Wilson's coming back, and which I believe is going to be the receiving back.
Yep.
Okay, and then also let's take a look. The reason he was getting so many rushing attempts was because they were whooping that ass. Period. So obviously they're going to get him some reps in. You got a rookie. I do the same thing if I was head coach. Hey, we're up fucking 50 to 14 on these guys. Devon, get out there. Go ahead, get some work in right now. Go.
Yeah, but he didn't go in when the game was completely out of hand.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying, what do you have? Like what? Like 28 carries?
Boy, that's when you know it's been a good live stream when you fucking sweating. Jesus.
I'm checking right now. Hold on, give me 1 second.
That's fine. Finish it up because then I'm gonna give my thoughts on this whole shit.
Where's it at?
I'm gonna get heated over all this again too. I mean, I'm already sweating, so I might as well just sweat some more and go off on this little topic.
Devon Achane had 18 rushes. Mostert had 13, and Devon had a 67-yard touchdown. Now let me see this real quick. Hold on.
I think Mostert scored 1 touchdown after both of Devin's, right? Or right?
No. Achane had a 67-yard touchdown. So I mean, you take that away. That's what 203 minus 67. I can't do it off the top of my head, but like 100 and something. Achane had a 4-yard pass from touchdown from Tua. Yeah, see, I don't. Other than that pass, okay, Achane had a run, an 8-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. But I mean, I wasn't watching that game, so I can't sit here and be like, "Oh yeah, like Achane wasn't in a whole lot in the first quarter." But I mean, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they start splitting carries, but I couldn't see myself dropping $66 on somebody when I have a budget of 100. I couldn't see myself dropping $66 on him just because he went off for one game against a Broncos team, which they have a decent defense, but that Broncos team is just falling the fuck apart, bro. Like at this point, you got to question: was it really even, like who's to blame now? But Sean Payton was talking all this and that, and it's like 0-3. So congratulations, you went off against the Broncos, bro. That is just completely falling apart, offense and defense.
I'll say this.
I would have maybe put out of $100. I probably, if I really, really need him, I might put about 25 on, praying that Raheem Mostert gets hurt. Because if you look in the history of Raheem Mostert, he has an injury problem.
Yeah, he'll get hurt at some point. Yes, him and Wilson both.
Yep, but I mean, who knows? He might not get hurt. We used to think the same thing about James Conner. Now James Conner,
he didn't get hurt last year. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I mean, I know we used to think the same thing about Dalvin Cook. And Dalvin Cook, I mean, I think he missed like a game or two last year, but for the most part, he was there all season. So, I mean, it could happen.
I'll say this. It's a pet peeve of mine to be in fantasy leagues and not use bidding dollars.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I did 2 fantasy baseball leagues this year through Yahoo, and they actually incorporated in their paid leagues bidding dollars. $100 you start out with. So I know if you're doing a custom league on Yahoo, okay, I know there's an option to do blind bidding dollars. And I know Adam texted me, said that he had to jump off, and he's commissioner of his league. If you run a league, make sure you're using bidding dollars. It is the most fair way to do free agents. Yeah. I cannot stand worst to first. I cannot stand randomized dumb shit like that. Everybody, I don't give a damn right now if I'm 3-0 or 0-3. If I'm 0-3 at the bottom right now, which I do have 2 0-3 teams, okay? If I'm at the bottom, I shouldn't have waiver number 1 just because I'm the shit team and I get best. I pretty much now get to be like, okay, who's the best player out there on the waiver wire? Boom, he's mine. The end of story.
I used to say the same thing, and I put it on a post that, I said $5 should be the only way, waiver wires are done. And some dude came on there and he was like, why? When you look at the NFL draft, it's worse to first, so that's how waiver wires should be done. And I'm like, okay, well, first of all, bitch, you talking about the NFL compared to fantasy football. That's 2 different things.
Yeah, we got to draw the line somewhere here where we're not the NFL, okay? We got to draw the line somewhere here.
Second of all, we talk about picking up free agents compared to drafting rookies out of college. You can't compare that shit, bro. That is the dumbest thing ever, bro. Because, for example, last year, I had, who was it? There was a quarterback that got hurt last year. I can't think of who it was. It might have been Burrow. Did Burrow miss any games last year?
I don't think so.
It might have been Herbert then, or no. Oh, no. I remember what it was. I had Burrow, but he was on the bye, and Justin Fields was on the waiver wire, and it was an ESPN league. It was Tiffany's fiance or Tiffany's uncle, my fiance's uncle. Justin Fields on the waiver wire, and he was hot. He was balling, like he was on his like streak of like all these 100-yard rushing games. So I went in, I tried to put a bid on him so I could have him for, the week that Joe Burrow was off. Well, guess what? Tiffany's uncle was ahead of me in the waiver wire, ahead of me in the waiver wire list because I was like 6-0 at the time. Like I was undefeated all the way up to like week 10, I think. And he ended up picking up Justin Fields. And he didn't even need him. He had Jalen Hurts. Keep in mind, Jalen Hurts was going for an MVP season last year until he got hurt in like week, 15 or whatever. So he had Justin Fields. He picked up Justin Fields. And I'm like, bro, you took Justin Fields from me and you don't even need him. I'm like, what was the point of that? And he goes, "Oh, it's for trade bait." So I was like, "All right, okay."
See?
'Cause I really want to be like,
Yeah.
okay, because that's some bullshit, okay? Because I'm telling you that worst to first is the dumbest shit.
Oh yeah.
So just to wrap up the story, though, I took Jared Goff. Jared Goff had a decent week for me that week, but later in the season, me and him played each other in the playoffs, and guess what? Jalen Hurt was hurt. So who did he have? He had Justin Fields, and that week Justin Fields put up 9 points. Yeah, that shit came back to bite you in the ass, and that's what you get. So,
Look at you now.
but
Run your mouth.
exactly, but that's my little rant about the whole worst to first thing. I hate it. I can't deal with it. The only leagues that I'm in that is a worst to first, which is on ESPN, um, is a $5 league from somebody random that I just joined in a fantasy football group that I'm in on Facebook, and then just a bunch of free leagues, like bullshit leagues that I draft just to kind of get a feel of where people are going and stuff like that. So, but I don't do leagues like that. No.
There's a couple leagues that I'm in where it's reverse. You start reverse order of the draft, and then it's just rotation. So if like all 10 people do a waiver move, then guess what? It starts back at number 1 again. If like 4
See,
people,
that's
then
stupid, bro.
no,
Like,
it needs to be bottom line. If you are a commissioner of a league and you have the option, which I'm pretty sure all sites do, it needs to be blind bidding. This worst to first, this rotating, weekly randomizing, invert of the draft, all of that stuff, we need to scrap it. Okay,
yeah.
that is not how you run a league.
Yeah, because then
Everybody,
I could be at the top of my league. I could be 10-0, most points in the league, and then here we go. Let's say who's balling right now? Kirk Cousins. Let's just use Tua Tagovailoa. He gets hurt. Well, now what? I'm shit out of luck because I'm fucking 9th, 10th in the damn
yeah,
waiver wire. Like,
yeah, when it should be fair game for everybody. Everybody.
exactly. Yeah.
If I lose a top-notch running back and his backup is available on the waiver wire, which this happened to my dumbass last year, okay?
Yep.
I dropped Kenneth Walker the week before 3 days before Rashad Penny got hurt. And
Yeah.
guess what? Because I was raw on that team and it was getting worse to first, I said, well, Kenneth Walker's gone. I ain't got no chance of getting him because I'm up at the top.
Exactly.
And guess what? The bottom place little bitch, okay, got him. And that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I should have a fair chance at this. Okay. I don't care if I'm the best team. I don't care if I'm the worst team. If you're the commissioner, bruh, set it up to where it is blind bidding dollars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't be mad at me because I'm sitting, I got 2, 3, and 0 teams. Okay. Hey, baby, look here now. Don't hate me if I spend more money and I get the best player that's on the waiver wire. That's just,
Yeah.
But guess what? You might have more money than me. And guess what? You might outbid me on a better running back down the road. It's all part of the game.
Yeah.
But man, some of these people, like, when we play on FFPC, we start with $1,000 bidding dollars, 1,000 bidding dollars.
Yeah.
And some of these people dropping like 400 on Devin Achane and stuff from the Dolphins. It's like, bruh. Now here's another example. Josh Palmer is a different story.
Yeah.
Now that is a situation where Mike Williams is out for the year. Palmer has long-term effects. Yes, go ahead and drop a little bit more money on a one-hit wonder right now, right?
Nope.
Devin Achane, like you said, Jeff Wilson's coming back probably within the next 2 weeks. What if Mostert doesn't get hurt? Now you got a three-way committee, and you just don't know whose week it's going to be.
Exactly.
You just have no
Unless
idea
you're
who's
not.
week.
Yeah, and I mean, I was just saying, unless you're in a best ball, but the best balls don't typically have waiver wires unless you're in a
Yeah.
dynasty. So, I mean, and if you're in a
But-
dynasty, I can't imagine Devon Achane being in the waiver wire. So, I mean,
point blank period. You just it's got to be that way. It's got to be blind bidding. You got to give every single team a fair shot at all the free agents. Yeah, it takes a little bit more time because you might have to go look and see, like, later in the season, okay, who has the most bidding dollars? How much do I have to bid if I really want this guy? It's a little bit, but it's strategy too. And is that not what fantasy football is in the draft?
Yep.
Weekly projections. It's a strategy. You got to strategize to not spend all your bidding dollars, but how much are you willing to spend and save yourself the rest of the season? It's all part of the strategy.
Yep.
And these people that
if
drop.
you're in a waiver wire order and you need somebody, like if you're 3-0 and you had Nick Chubb and you're like, oh shit, I need Jerome Ford, but you're at the bottom of the waiver wire, you're fucked.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. You got Nick Chubb. Yeah. And you're like, shit, my best chance now is getting his backup, but somehow you were, that was week 2 that he got hurt. So 1-0 at the top, and you got somebody that's 0-1 that sucked ass in week 1, and it's worse for you're not getting him. You got to wait for 9 other guys. Yep. You know damn well one of them other 9 guys is putting in a waiver wire for Jerome Ford.
Yep.
End of story. And that's bullshit. That right there is bullshit.
Yeah.
Dog shit.
I agree.
It's dog shit.
Exactly.
Anyways, that's an hour and a half of just going off tonight. You done threw up some middle fingers. I done threw up some middle fingers.
Yeah. We finally got, I think that was our first debate of the year. The Jimmy G topic.
Got heated. So. I'm sweating over here. I need to go turn this damn fan on or something, get some water.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're going to have the podcast posted Friday or Saturday detailing all the games. Last week, by the way, on our weekly bets, we fucking sucked the big one. 16 games. We both only hit 6 bets. 6. We went 6 and 10, both of us.
Well, it don't help when the Cowboys and the Ravens lose to people they shouldn't lose to.
Yeah.
So,
I actually hit my Cowboys bet, believe it or not. I think. Yeah, I did. I had over 43 in that game.
Oh, okay. I took the Cowboys straight up.
Yeah, you took a minus 12.5.
Oh, wow.
I still got it written. I still got them all written down right here.
Also, too, I'm pretty sure I took the Jaguars too, and the Texans shit all over them.
I took Jags -8. You took Jags money line.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
I'm pretty sure I took the spread in the Commanders Bills, didn't I?
No, you took Washington +6. I took Bills -6.
That's not the big one right there. I thought they were a little bit more real than what they showed, so I guess. Hey,
but you got me back on the Detroit. You took Detroit -3, and I had the over in that game. Thanks a lot, Atlanta. Couldn't score shit on the damn Viking or the Lions depleted defense. I appreciate it. But yeah, that was my dumbass had under 48 between Denver and Miami. That's real nice on that one.
Miami covered that almost times 2.
Yeah.
Themselves.
Jesus. What was Miami's team total over under? Jesus.
All right.
But yeah, we'll have the podcast posted up sometime this weekend, early this weekend. Oh, that was a good one. I need some water now. I gotta go relax. But I'm Rob, R2 Sports Talk.
I'm Connor.
We'll see y'all back live. Should be next Monday.
Well, maybe around the game.
Yeah, towards the end of the game. I don't think I'm doing anything next Monday. I mean, Reagan has swim until 5:45, so I could be on about 9:15 or so Eastern time, 6:15 my time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Other than that, we'll see y'all next week on the live podcast this week.
Peace.
See ya.